I think, I mean, the agent started off at 800, came down and came down. And then, I think you had a conversation with our local agent down there. And he said, look, this is the best deal that you would ever get, right? Because he knew what the market was tracking. He knew how desperate the seller was. And so, we used that to our advantage. So,
yeah. And that's the knowledge and that's the information, I would say, more than knowledge, that, you need to be, and that's where this team, which Moss has built, comes into picture, that you're being at the right place at the right time, I would say, which wins the game, right? Like, you need a desperate seller for such deals, and which I got like thrice. So it's not a fluke. It happens quite often to the existing clients, which I really appreciate. And I'm really looking forward. And again, in regards to the mindset as well, Matt, I'm not ashamed to actually admit it, but I think a lot of people who are buying their first property go through cold feet and whatnot. So I think I remember I was negotiating on a dishwasher on my first property. And this property, I mean, I remember my conversation with the agent. It's like, oh, no, this, that. And I just said, okay, pay $10,000 because we know how far we are. So that's the long-term thinking, which I've kind of learned. And
definitely.
I'm bothering Moss a lot less now.
Yeah. And so I think the last one was Perth, and that one was an amazing purchase as well. I think, we missed out on 2 properties, and they were both, smaller land size with a bigger price ticket. And then all of a sudden, you get that third property. And I think we beat the margins our own self, even on the rental side. We committed to saying that this is going to be, say, I think
550 you mentioned, it's on 580 now.
Yeah, it's
right
crazy.
now as we speak. Yeah.
Right.
And yeah, and again, I mean, whoever comes and says, oh, I'm in good, whatever. My only point is that go and actually search for the property which bought in Perth. It never came to realestate.com.au, right? And I think just to put things in perspective, the properties at that point in time were around 440 and 430, 440 for like a 500 square meter land and house. And this is like a property which is overlooking like a bush, and then, it's near the beach and sought after suburb. And we bought it like an extra $10,000. We got like 100 square meter extra, right?
Yeah.
So,
and I mean, we go back into some of these suburbs, and, right now, I was talking to one of our property acquisition specialists, and you can't find anything there at 550. I know we're looking something for your own sister, and she's keen to get it there, and we're like, nah, it has to start with the 5. It can't be under 5. I know Rajan was lucky, and, that was the time. But of course, ultimately there is some saturation point when you're coming in and out of it, right?
Yeah.
So that's good. That's awesome.